What's up, guys? Today we're going to do things a little bit differently, but essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a month-long series. I'm going to go through the book of Proverbs because there's 31 days in a month, 31 Proverbs. It just works. Sorry, I'm going to be coughing a lot. I'm very sick right now, and I just got done with a workout, so my asthma is like really up. But yeah, we're just going to jump right into this because I think the Proverbs are really good for new Christians to kind of get a taste for the Bible. They're just like little appetizers of wisdom, and sometimes they're a little bit hard to unpack, so that's why I'm here. I'm going to read it for you guys, and then I'm going to unpack it. And I'm in my car right now because I don't have time to, go home, film a video, come back down, work out, go to work. So I just went to work out. I'm going to do this in my car, and then I'm going to go straight to work. But anyways, let's get into this. So I'm just going to read it for you guys, and anytime something pops out, it's really bad. Anytime something pops out, I'm gonna stop. We're gonna reflect on it. We're gonna see if we can figure out what it means. All right. Anyways, let me turn the air down. Perfect. So, to start, the beginning of knowledge. The Proverbs of Solomon, son of let's start over. Bad start. The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel. To know wisdom and instruction, to understand words of insight, to receive instruction in wise dealing, in righteousness, justice, and equity, to give prudence to the simple, knowledge and discretion to the youth. Let the wise hear and increase in learning, and the one who understands obtain guidance. So, that first one is saying is, it's pretty much just calling everybody. It's calling everybody to come listen to the wise words of Solomon, and the wise to grow in prudence, grow in knowledge, and the intelligent to gain more guidance. And obtain guidance, to understand a proverb and a saying, the words of the wise and their riddles. So it's essentially just saying, come here and focus, because sometimes these are hard to understand. That's why we're here. See, this is what this is getting at. Okay. Next, verse 7. And also, read along with me if you can. Download the Bible app if you have a Bible in your room, you never got to open it. Follow along with me. It doesn't matter what version. I'm reading ESV. You guys can read NLT, NIV. NIV is probably the easiest to understand, except it's not completely accurate to the original autographs. But also, nothing really is. But just my opinion, I think ESV is the best because it actually, I don't know, it's a little bit more thorough, more deep. Anyways, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction, because fools, they don't want to change their ways. They just kind of want to keep doing the same thing because it works. If it works, they don't think about other people. They only think about themselves and their own success. Hear, my son, your father's instruction, and forsake not your mother's teaching. Self-explanatory. For they are a graceful garland on your head and pennants of your neck. So essentially what that's saying is they're valuable. The things you learn from your parents are valuable because most likely they've gone through the same thing you're going through right now. So listen to your parents, guys. Listen to them. They know what's best for you most of the time. Just saying that. My son, if sinners entice you, do not consent. If they say, come with us, let us lie in wait for blood. Let us ambush the innocent without reason. Like Sheol, let us swallow them alive, and whole, like those who go down to the pit. We shall find all precious goods. We shall fill our houses with plunder. Throw in your lot among us. We will all have one purse. So it's essentially just saying, there's going to be temptations. People are going to come up to you and say, hey, let's go. This is a terrible example. This is such a bad... It's just the first thing that pops in my head. I'm gonna come up with a better example. Let's go throw rocks at the neighbor's window. Whoever breaks the window gets $5. Essentially, that's what's saying. There are going to be people who are not wise, who don't think before they act, and they're going to try and entice you, get you to join them. You have to say no. You have to use your better judgment and say, I don't want a part of that. Next. We will all have one purse. My son, do not walk in the way with them. Hold back your foot from their paths, for their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed blood. It's essentially just saying they make haste to violence. They don't want to try any other solutions first. They just go straight to violence or self-seeking methods to get out of trouble, instead of just admitting that they did wrong. For in vain is a net spread in the sight of any bird. But these men lie in wait for their own blood. They set an ambush for their own lives. Such are the ways of everyone who is greedy for unjust gain. It takes away the life of its possessors. Let me read that one more time. For in vain is a net spread in the sight of any bird. But these men lie in wait for their own blood. They set an ambush for their own lives. Such are the ways of everyone who is greedy for unjust gain. It takes away the life of its possessors. So what that first bit is saying, for in vain is a net spread in the sight of any bird. So like if you're gonna just, put a trap right in front of a bird, it's gonna see that trap essentially and go, oh heck no, I'm not going for that food. That's a trap. I'm not gonna go there. So it's in vain. It's vain. It's not gonna do anything. But these men lie in wait for their own blood. They set an ambush for their own lives. So in doing this, in trying to ambush someone else and steal their stuff and hurt them, they're essentially condemning their own lives because that's not right. It's not right. So they're essentially condemning their own lives because that man that they're trying to ambush or person is innocent. And they're doing something that's self-seeking, so it's actually endangering their own life rather than that person they're setting the trap for. Such are the ways of everyone who's greedy for unjust gain. It takes away the life of its possessors. So I have a thingy in here. Oh, that's just a reference. Yeah, that's just a reference that it's pointing back to Job 8:13. If you want to look that up there, you guys can go ahead. Take a drink of my protein shake real quick. That is so funky. I usually do it with milk, and I did it with water. It's not bad. It's just different. It's weird. Anyways, let's continue. Verse 20. The call of wisdom. Wisdom cries aloud in the streets. In the market she raises her voice. So Solomon is writing this, and he's pretty much personifying wisdom and making her like an enticing woman, pretty much. At the head of the noisy streets she cries out. At the entrance of the city gate she speaks. How long, O simple ones, will you love being simple? Just essentially saying, how long will you fools remain fools? How long will you selfish people who do not desire to change, how long will you remain the same? So it's a call to become wise and change your ways. So, how long will scoffers delight in their scoffing and fools hate knowledge? If you turn at my reproof, behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make my words known to you. So if you truly turn and you want to be wise, you want to do the right thing, you want to be have a godly wisdom, you need to fully turn over to that. You need to completely ditch your foolish ways. Just completely get rid of them. And then you will gain all the knowledge, essentially. All right. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make my words known to you. Because I have called you and you refuse to listen, I have stretched out my hand and no one has heeded. Because you have ignored all my counsel and would have none of my reproof, I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock you when terror strikes you. When terror strikes you like a storm and your calamity comes like a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you. So that seems a little bit harsh. How you're just going to laugh when calamity falls upon someone? But, I mean, we do that. We do that. We go, say, you tell your son, hey, if you go super fast on your bicycle, you're probably going to fall off, so go a reasonable speed. And you go, oh, fine, Mom. And then you decide to go fast. And you fall, and you scrape your knee. You come back home, Mom, I scraped my knee. I know I did that. And your mom goes, well, what did I tell you? You were a fool. You did not listen to me when I called you and told you not to do that foolish thing. So that's essentially the same thing that's happening here. Wisdom, the woman wisdom, is laughing at you when you refuse to listen to her. All right. They will call upon me, but I will not answer. This is after you turn away from wisdom, right? They will call upon me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but will not find me. Because they have hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, would have none of my counsel, and despised all my reproof. Therefore they shall eat the fruit of their way, and have their fill of their own devices. For the simple are killed by their turning away, and the complacency of fools destroys them. But whoever listens to me will dwell secure, and will be at ease without dread of disaster. And that's it. That's Psalms 1. What that last bit is saying is just anyone who does turn to wisdom, they will have wisdom and wise discerning, and they'll have good judgment, so that will dwell secure and will be at ease without dread of disaster, because you know what the right thing to do is to avoid disaster. And that's pretty much just Psalms 1. Or Proverbs 1. Sorry. Proverbs 1. If we were doing the Psalms, it'd be a lot longer. One Psalm a day, be like 160 days. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. And subscribe if you want more. Turn on the notification bell so that you never miss another video. We're going to be doing this for the next month. By the end of May, we're going to be reading the entire book of Proverbs. So if you want to tune into that, make sure you come back tomorrow. I'm going to post the same thing. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. God bless. See you guys later.